Hello, hello. Today is August 2nd, 2021, and this is the Capricorn reading. My name is Ashley Indigo. I am a reader, clairaudient, claircognizant, really any clair that you can add. I'm all those. So anyways, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be reading cards for the Capricorn. I'm going to be doing all the signs in order. I don't really want to talk too much about myself, just that I've been reading cards since 2015. A lot of people are familiar with me reading cards. I've done tons of readings. I started out doing this back when I went to a healing art school. I remember getting my very first deck and being shook. And not even knowing how to use it or what to do or anything of the sort. But it's a different time, it's a different day. So I'm going to be doing the Capricorn for August. Now, when I think August, I think Leo. I think boss-ass energy. I think the sun, the center of attention. I think all of those things when I think about Leo. So with it being an 8 month, we really have to understand that what we reap, we will sow. What we put in, we're going to start to get out of things. 8 is identical, if you turn it sideways, to the eternity symbol. So whatever you put out there is just going to keep going. 8, it's a really exciting month. We've got Lionsgate portal opening up this month. I don't know, how much studying or research, everyone has done. I'm a little bit familiar with the Lionsgate. It's something that I started learning about back in 2017 when I was really heavy in my practice and when I was reading cards a lot more. I did start to receive messages about the Lionsgate. So that was actually the first time I had heard about it. Imagine my surprise when I got on Google and realized that it was a real thing. So we got lots of good energy coming in. New energy, new money, new earth, new light workers, new healers, lots of new. So I just want to go ahead and open up this month with some readings. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have a few different decks that I'm going to use. I'll probably go ahead and just write a link of the different decks that I use because it'll make it a lot easier than explaining them. So I'm going to go ahead and go through some cards here, and we're just going to see what is the energy for the month, Capricorn. What is the energy for the month for Cappies? I like to mix it up too. I don't usually just stick to one. Type of card. Tarots I'm a little bit newer with. Oracles I'm a pro with. I'm a G with. I've been doing those since the beginning. All these decks I've had a while. Okay. These decks don't have a... Okay. Alright, we'll go ahead and do 4. 4 is angel number. It means lots of protection, lots of love. It's good to know these numbers too. Oh, and I read numbers too. So it's good to know those numbers too. Excuse me. Because it definitely helps out. Pretty much anything, numbers, I can read those. Colors, I can read those. Energies, I can read those. Anything that can be read, I can pretty much read. So, that's what's so cool about, everyone and their different gifts when it comes to reading cards. A lot of us don't even really need the cards. We just intuit the cards. But they help. So, Capricorns, what I'm going to be seeing this month is I've got appreciation. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Envy. Upside down, so that's going to be a challenge this month. And strategy. Alright, so first thing I'm getting is don't get so caught up in the strategy. Don't be so busy planning that you forget to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Two has to do with partnerships, has to do with balance, making sure that it's not all work and no play. It's just important as it is to play as it is to work. What is all the fun in setting up all these things and doing all this work if you're not going to get to enjoy the fruits of your labor? So I hear, don't get so focused in the planning. It's not a rat race. It's not so much about the planning as it is about the process. Try to slow down, take note, pay attention to the things that are going on. Follow your intuition. I see investments. We're going to be making some investments. I see money here, but there's more than one way to invest, which I'm learning. Your time, your energy. Make sure that you're pouring into cups that are pouring back into you. Envy. I see this envy card upside down. Watch out for jealousy. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. That's actually one of my favorite songs. You need to watch out for people around you. I'm feeling like some people don't have your best interest at heart. I'm feeling like some people, they don't want to see you win. I feel like this is like coworker energy. Like, watch out for people that you work with, someone that you work closely with. It might be someone that you're getting to see the brighter side of things. They may pretend to be, to see the brighter side of things, and then might flip the script on you. Whatever the case is, be careful. And not even just physically, but spiritually. Make sure that you're protecting yourself. Make sure that you are, wearing your protection stones, your onyx, your tourmalines, your black stones especially. Eye of the Tiger is a pretty cool one. That's the one that I've been wearing. Just make sure that you're doubling up on your protection, taking your spirit baths, taking your showers, meditating, doing anything you can, saging, Palo Santo, making sure that you are, really taking care of those energies around you that shouldn't be around you. The 7th chakra, Archangel Oriel. 7th chakra is the crown chakra up here. This is the part of us that connects us to God. That's the part of us that connects us to source energy. Royal purple color. Super strong intuitions. Lots of upgrades. Lots of downloads. Lots of information coming in. But you have to be still. You have to be aware to hear it. Sometimes the Capricorns, they're stubborn and they tend to run their energy out. And then when people try to tell them to preserve their energy, they don't want to listen. I'm telling you right now, preserve your fucking energy. You don't want to be ragged on both ends. You don't want to run yourself out. One is all about remembering that we create what we put out. If we're putting out tired, exhausted energy, that's what we're going to get back. Not to mention, you're not going to be able to hear with your spiritual ears if you are drained and if you aren't recharging yourself. 4 and 1 is 5. That means to let go. Let go of anything that is not steady lifting you up. Let go of anything that is not pushing you towards who you want to be. We're all dropping a lot of energy. We're all letting go of things, energetically. And so, rest up. There's going to be you're going to need rest for that. A lot of it might come out through your stomach, bowel movements. Some things may come up throwing up. There might be some crying. Might have problems with their throat chakra. There might be tons of things that happen. But you're just going to have to learn to push forward and show appreciation. Every step of the way, show appreciation. Remembering that we create our reality with our thoughts. Taking time to stop and smell the roses, literally and figuratively. 5, letting go of everything that doesn't make us feel worthy. Letting go of everything that doesn't make us feel deserving. And really creating that relationship with yourself. Continuing to build onto that relationship with yourself. One thing that I hear, if you're not happy with what you already have, you're not going to be happy with anything that you get. Happiness starts from inside. It's not anything that takes place outside of us, no matter how cheesy it sounds. So because it's not something that takes place on the outside of us, it is something that you need to hone in on. It is something that you need to practice. Be grateful and start showing gratitude. I feel like Capricorn, I don't mean to call anybody out, but I feel like Capricorn, you're not showing enough gratitude. And that's what's going to work against you. And not even that, when you're not grateful and when you're not showing that gratitude, you open yourself up to these dark energies of envy. You open yourself up to these types of people that can come in and out. So I'm really feeling a message of the energy, is just protecting yourself and being appreciative for the things that do go on. I'm going to take a message from your higher self. Okay. What does our higher self want us to know, Capricorn? What does our higher self want us to know? It's been a minute since I used these babies. What does our higher self want us to know, Cappy? Okay. I'm feeling one more. Ooh. Alright, so seek solitude. Find space to be alone. Some things about our little Cappy counterparts is because I'm not a Capricorn, but when Capricorns get into work mode, they pound the pavement. And although that's admirable, and part of manifesting is the action part, there has to be a part where you allow yourself to rest. There has to be a part where you allow yourself to feel the deservingness. Like I just said in the last cards, the energy of this month. Even though it feels like a time to pound the pavement, and even though it feels like a time to work, you need to rest. Because what's going to happen if you don't is you're going to burn the fucking candle at both ends, and then you're going to be looking crazy. The number that I got here for Seek Solitude is 33. 3 is all about not just like a physical balance, but it's about a spiritual balance. It's about making sure that mind, body, and soul are in alignment. It's about making sure that what you think and what you say and what you do line up. And you can't be so focused on proving that to people that you're burning yourself at both ends just so you can say, hey, look what I'm doing. Hey, look at me. Shouldn't have to be like that. 3 and 3 is 6. That is slow down and listen to your higher self. Spend some time with that inner self. Me, personally, with just all the work that I've done, I like to equate our higher self to the 3-year-old part of us. The part of us that knows. The part of us that just is. The part of us that knew who we were before people decided to tell us who we were. So anytime I think about the higher self, anytime I think about who is controlling that higher seat connected to the source, I always come back to that 3-year-old. So you need to spend some time with that 3-year-old. You need to spend some time with that part of yourself. Tap into the sun too. Get those downloads. Get those images. Get that. Get those light codes. That's what you want to call them. Decide. You need to make a decision. It's not a rat race. It doesn't all need to get done today. There's a wonderful thing about being human. We have options. But the flip side to that, to being human, is sometimes we don't choose. We just like to have options to say we have options. And I feel like I feel like choose, as in choose, make that decision. Are you going to be with her or are you not going to be with her? Are you going to work the job or are you not going to work the job? Are you going to live with these people, hang out with these people, or are you not going to hang out with the people? I feel like sometimes Capricorns get comfortable just straddling on the fence, not really making a decision, not being able to too often make decisions for fear of failure. But let me tell you something. If you are afraid to fail, you've already failed the test. Because life is all about trying. It's all about going. It's all about trying things and putting yourself out there. So you need to make the decision It's not a matter of what is the right decision for them or what is the right decision for him, her, she, he. It's about what is the right decision for you. Which path are you going to choose? Hopefully you choose the right one. 2 is about balance. Making sure that you're weighing out the pros and the cons. Making sure that you're looking into... Do a little research if you're not, if you can't make a decision. But at some point you need to make a decision, because the thing about life is if you don't make a decision, life will make it for you. And nobody wants to hear you whining and crying and bitching and moaning if you don't make the decision you need to make. 9, how can I be of service? How can I be of service? Sometimes the best way to make decisions, sometimes the best way to figure out who you are in order to be able to make these sound decisions is to help others, is to give advice to a friend, is to be there for one, is to give, of yourself selflessly to the community. That is, that kind of stuff. It helps put things in perspective, and it helps you really look at yourself from an honest standpoint, and it helps you make decisions for yourself. I even see you maybe going to someone to see if you can get some guidance, maybe like a grandparent, a father, a mother, anybody who knows you can give you solid advice. I see that. 2 and 9 is 11, and 11 is a master number. But I always associate with ones with just the fact that we are able to create our reality and to think happy thoughts. And you get what you put out. Kind of like the 8, but it's just, realizing at all times that no matter what you give your attention to, good, bad, negative, blue, sad, whatever, that is what's going to get your energy. That is where your manifestations are going to go. And I also see get grounded. It's crazy because I got this person right here meditating. Pretty much the same thing as seeking solitude. Go outside, meditate, put your feet on the earth, get some of that root chakra energy, let it come up. Just stay balanced. I feel like there's a pull for you to take care of yourself physically. Somebody's not taking care of themselves. Somebody's been going to the doctors a little bit too much. Or someone's not going to the doctor at all and they definitely need to go. Stay focused. Stop hanging around those energy vampires, sucking ass people, and start hanging around positivity. Start feeding that positive. I'm going to go ahead and shift it around here, and I'm going to get cards from your ancestors. The Ancestry deck and the Ancestor whole situation is super, super important to me right now. I'm starting to realize a little something here. As of about January 2021, just past whatever. I keep wanting to say 2022. I don't know why my soul is excited about 2022. The ancestors are very important because it's a special bond we have with them. Science doesn't enough talk about DNA. I mean, we don't learn enough about DNA to really understand it. It's not one of those things that society makes sure we understand. Kind of like how they don't make sure we understand the law, and then they want to, put us in jail and shit for breaking laws. And I'm not talking about little laws like minors doing shit they have no business doing. I'm talking about, a man being put on trial, needing to go to court because he don't know the law or don't have the money. He can't really defend himself. Okay, we're going to go with the bottom and the top card of this. Bottom. Anyways, the ancestors, they have a very special tie to us. Even if we don't know them, they know us. They look down on us. And to think that there's hundreds of thousands of people, blood, DNA, scientific imprint, God imprint in our bodies, it's just different and it's just special. Ancestors are always reaching out to us, especially because, and I might make some separate videos talking about this, but we are closer to what people want to call it. And however you want to envision that end, you envision that. But some things are definitely going on, and we are closer. There's a lot of karmic things that have not been paid for. Pretty soon, and I don't know if you've heard it, it's not going to matter how much money you make. It's not going to matter how much money you fucking have. The only thing that's going to matter is what is in your karma bank. What is resting in your karmic bank? There will be a time where, our worth will be, I won't even say our worth. I hate to even say our worth. I hate to make it sound like that. But there will be a time when it'll matter about the good that we do, not how much that we have. And I don't want to be the one to say that because I know Capricorns love them some money. I know money rules all around you. I have a good Capricorn friend, Capricorn family. I know how y'all rock. And I can respect that hustle. But shit, if you don't have to hustle like that, don't. Alright, y'all. So, here are some ancestor cards here. So I've got Droid, Stag, Guardian Angel. Alright, so one of the things that I just got is I'm not going to sit here, because y'all are going to hear my beliefs one way or another. They're all going to come out, and you'll be able to figure out who I am. When everything happens that's going to happen, when everything takes place that's going to take place on a bigger, deeper, grander scale, one of the most important things that you can do is you can look to the sky. The sky is going to tell it all. I believe that there is a sky war happening right now that unbeknownst to us, but it's definitely in place. 7 cards, God number, God's favorite number. Call it, I call it God's number. It's also my favorite number, 7. It's just a good lucky number. So, got some messages here. Excuse me, the energy just, the more I read cards, it's like I just let off so much in it. And then, the messaging that comes in and the things that I hear. It's a lot of energy work. So what I see right here is Droid. Hold the space. Hold a sacred space for yourself. Find a sacred space. The reason it's important to hold a space is because even though Capricorns are stubborn and even though they are the hardest of the hardest, you have to have a place to unwind. And I don't even think it's so much about having the place to unwind as it is about making that time, setting the space, loving yourself enough to say, I need to hold some space for me to be, I won't say weak, but I need to hold some space for me to be human. I need to hold some space for me to heal. One of the things about Capricorns are they don't like to do emotion. They feel like emotion makes them weak. So they power through with that, that big front on. But contrary to popular belief, emotion is actually something that you need. It is necessary, especially for manifestation, so that you don't find yourself burning the candle at both ends or working hard as hell when you don't have to, because having is a birthright. We were born to have. When we were created, we were never created with the idea that we were going to lack. We were never created with the idea that we were going to be missing anything. We were always created with the knowing that we would have more, that we would be more. And so you need to hold that space for you to be able to have human thoughts, for you to be able to have human feels. And then what I have to tell you too is I've got guardian angel energy for sure. But this isn't one. This is like a tribe of guardian angels. And they want you to know that you're not alone. They're watching you at all times. And balance. I see more balance. I got the sun and the moon on this card. I see your intuition. Your intuition coming up a lot more. Feelings coming up a lot more. Plugging into. We also need emotions for our intuition. Emotion is some type of energy source. Well, actually, that's exactly what it is. Emotion is nothing but energy in motion. Um, and with the horned signs, I feel like sometimes you guys can get super frustrated, so much to the point that you can't see what's in front of you. And I mean, it's a little bit similar to maybe like Taurus energy a little bit, but different. With them, seeing is believing. They don't believe that anything is done until they see it. They're kind of like those see it, show it, or it didn't happen people. There has to be a showing. There has to be a revealing. There's so much going on behind the scenes. But I'm telling you this just so that you know it's there. It's not really your job to worry about the hows, who's, when, what's, the 5 whys or the 5 questions or whatever. And just know that whatever it is, that you will succeed. It says trust and thrive. So it's okay to move forward. You see those horns? It's okay to move forward. Do you. But you're being reminded to rest. You're being reminded that you're supported. I got Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. Allowing yourself to rest and replenish. You're able to tap into. You're able to tap into who you really are. Capricorns, you're being called to tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. So that, so that you can be gifted. So that you can be gifted your abundance. It's not something that you don't have. It's something that you need to unlock. But how do you unlock that? Here. And you can only do that by spending time with yourself. You can only do that by spending time with that inner child. Every time you meditate, I say, or anytime you, not anytime, every time you meditate, but anytime you step in and meditate, and you start taking accountability and spending time with that small part of you, that 3-year-old part of you, the higher self, things start to happen. Shit starts to shift, and you find yourself unlocking these layers and remembering parts of yourself and pieces of yourself that you forgot or that you thought no longer existed. That is when things will really start to move. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. It's okay to love. Love does not make you weak. Loving does not make you weak. Allowing someone to love you does not make you weak. But I'm going to let you know right now, if you don't thaw out that icy ass heart, you're not going to get very far. So you might want to rethink emotions. Knight, be brave and honest. How do you love? How do you let someone love you? Be brave. Be honest. In order to get different results, you have to do something that you've never done before. With Capricorns, I just see heartbreak. I just see being too nice to people, and I see things happening, and I see it just making you hard. You almost feeling like you can't have pity for yourself. You can't feel sorry for yourself. That's not an option. You got to keep going. And those are just the lies that we tell ourselves. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have emotion. I know this might be a little bit harder for my Capricorn male counterparts, but you have to open up. You have to be brave, be noble, like a knight. Oh yeah, and slay your demons too. Set your sights high. I know that Cappy's like the best. And I know that you guys do set your sights pretty high. But sometimes you guys are so puffed up with a fake sense of self, with a fake sense of courage. Because I call it fake sense of courage because you'll juice yourself up, you'll talk yourself up. Then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, there's nothing. Smokes and mirrors. So set your sights higher, but not even that. Just believe. Just believe. There's some great things happening for you. behind the scenes, and they want to give you everything that you deserve. Hidden messages. Anything going on in the hidden realms that you need to know about. Anything going on in the hidden realms that you need to know about, Capricorn. Anything going on, I'm going to tell it. This right here, this one I'm using right here, this is my trusty deck. This is my first little baby deck that I ever had. Ooh. I promise y'all I'm not tired. I got a good night's sleep last night. It's just this. Okay. Ooh. Alright, one more. One more of these, bro. Alright, Caps. Let's see. The Diamond Dreamer. Okay. If y'all listen, if y'all focus on yourself, you get the rest you need. You spend your time with that inner self. It's yours. The Diamond Dreamer. Prosperity. Material wealth. True prosperity. It's yours for the taking. But you've got to be willing to spend time with yourself. You've got to be willing to let yourself rest. You've got to be willing to let yourself relax. It's a 6 energy. Build that relationship up with your higher self. Focus on that balance with your higher self. If you have kids, go outside and play with your kids. Go play with them. Go be with them if you have children. Small steps, asking for help. It's crazy because the relationship that we have with our kids is what wakes us up. I'm realizing. Waking up from that deep slumber, the slumber where you're trying to figure out who you are, what did you come here for, why are you here? It's something about hanging out with your kids. They know, they remember, talk to them when they get 3, when they get 4, talk to them, see where they came from, ask them if they know God. We no longer live in the you're to be seen and not heard era. Kids are definitely seen. And they damn sure are to be heard. And God is going to make sure of it. God, Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, they're going to be heard. It's just the way it is. But spend time with them. Get familiar with them. Let them play with them. Play music with them. Play games with them. Do things that you haven't done in a long time. Do whatever it takes to make you feel like a little kid. But get in that energy. That energy of innocence, that energy of abundance, that energy of confidence, that energy of having it all is what's going to get you here. When we're born, we don't give a fuck about money. We don't even know what the shit is. We don't care. And that's what's so wonderful about being with children. We don't care. We live in a world that brainwashes us to hold the mighty dollar high. That's not going to guarantee you a seat at the table. It's not. And if it does, it's probably not the table you want to be at. The Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. Stop being stingy. Sharing is caring. I show someone who's not sharing, someone who's being stingy with their resources. That's what's going to block you, and that's what's going to be the challenge here. That's the hiddenness. That's what's going to... Somebody's being selfish. Somebody doesn't want to share. Why? And I'm not even... Like, donating is fine. That's cool and everything. But I'm not even talking about, like, donating, to the little McDonald's, charity when you get your French fries. I'm not even talking about, giving a person... your change. I'm not talking about letting the pizza man keep the $2. I'm talking about giving. I'm talking about someone who's hungry, giving them $40. I'm talking about if you cook a big ass meal, just and you feel like, you know what? I don't want to waste this. Maybe there's somebody out there who can eat this. Do that. Do that. That is going to fill up your karma bank. That is what's going to help you, helping others. We are here to fix ourselves, yes, but we're not here to be concerned with just ourselves all the time. Sometimes you have to help. Sometimes people can't ask for help. And the thing about Capricorns is it's not like they're selfish. Like, they'll help one of their own with no problem. But what about helping those that aren't our own? What about taking $40 out of your wallet and giving it to the homeless guy on the street? What about, if someone needs some money donated for a funeral fund? There's lots of beautiful lives being lost right now. How about, putting $100 on it if you have it? I'm not talking about you got $100 in your bank account and giving them $100. I mean, that would be fantastic. That would definitely help with the karma bank. But I'm saying, open your heart. Don't be stingy. What can you really do? How can you really help? We have to start looking in the faces of these people as if they could be our children, because they very well could. So be generous, be kind, don't be stingy. And the resting tree, patience, stillness, 22. It's that same rest we was talking about. Give yourself some time to sleep. Give yourself a good night rest. Shit, even if you got to go get yourself a hotel room, go in that hotel room, lay down, go to sleep, go swim to the pool, get that free breakfast in the morning. Whatever it is that you got to do to connect. And not even that. This is something that I keep telling people. Wealth is not a financial state. It has nothing to do with how much money you have. Rich wealth, that has nothing. It's more about how you feel. Do you feel rich? Do you feel wealthy? How are you going to feel rich? How are you going to feel wealthy when you're tired? When you're tired all the time? You're not. So get into just being still. Capricorn, you do. You've done it. Now it's time to chill. This month is all about rest and rejuvenation for you. And it's a little bit different because Capricorns, I feel like you guys are going through the year. Like, I can actually give Capricorns their props. Like, y'all some hustling ass motherfuckers. I will give it to you. Y'all move 12, 13 months out of a year. I get it. But it's time to slow down, because where we're going and where things are shifting, it's not about money. So you can stop busting your ass. Anybody who knows, and if you're here, I assume that you know, money's not going to matter soon. So you're going to have to start finding other ways